Hi, Janko Rutgers here for GigaOm TV, and I'm here with Ashwin Navin. Some people may remember you as the CEO, former CEO of BitTorrent, now with a different company, Flingo. Tell us a little bit about what Flingo does.
Well, Flingo is a company that I started after I left BitTorrent because I was really interested and fascinated by a new generation of TVs and Blu-ray players that are internet connected. And a lot of the products that are now shipping from the likes of Vizio and Samsung and LG are actually internet connected with a Wi-Fi antenna. So even my parents, for example, would be able to bring a TV home from Walmart or Costco, hook it up to their Wi-Fi network at their house, and enjoy entertainment that comes over the internet in addition to the content that they enjoy coming over satellite or cable or over the air.
So what are you doing? What are you offering your customers at Flingo?
So because we're an app framework, what we do is help media companies build apps on these new devices. So these devices are shipping with app stores that are still fairly early. In certain cases, the feature set isn't really quite defined yet. What they're capable of isn't really defined. So we make it really easy for media companies to build apps on the major platforms like Samsung and Vizio and LG, soon Sony, and a few more that'll come up on the radar in the near future.
And which of the content providers that you're working with would people know, would our viewers know?
Sure. So we initially started with a couple of the major studios in Hollywood, like, for example, Warner Brothers and Fox, that wanted to use connected TVs as a way to distribute television content in a new way. We've recently worked with a lot of web video properties, like, for example, Revision 3, Blip TV, Making Of is a company here locally. Anyone that's got web video that's distributing it in HD, potentially on the web, would really enjoy being able to do that on the TV as well.
Speaking of web video, so you've just launched a new kind of extension of that business, flingo.org. What is flingo.org?
So what we learned about a lot of the new TV platforms is that it's really open-ended in terms of how you can expose content to the consumer. And I think it's really interesting that given that these TVs are more and more like computers, that we can do really imaginative things with the user experience and the user interface. So now we've actually developed our UI probably 4 times over. And what we discovered is that there's really some significant limits on how much content people can find on their TV. For example, there's 500 channels in my cable channel guide. That's way too many. And I don't use more than 5 or 10 of them. But if the user interface can actually recommend the things that I would like or filter for the things that I've told the TV I like, I would use those interfaces a lot more. But what we also found is that people find their content on their laptops or on their mobile phone. So we wanted to create an open source project to standardize content discovery. And the idea is, with flingo.org, developers of web video sites, of client software for media center applications, can download an open source library and integrate it into their product so that their product can find internet TVs wherever they might be in a local area network. And so flingo.org just launched last week, and we've put some source code up there. It's GPL licensed, and we would love software developers and web video publishers to start using it.
So let's make this more interesting, and let's take a look at what it actually does.
Sure.
You brought your notebook, you brought the TV, Vizio TV with your app running on it. So let's have a look.
So flingo.org, like I said, it's an open source project. We've put it on the web here. The idea is that content lives on the web, lives on my laptop itself. If I want to watch it on my TV, it should be really easy, and it should be part of every TV platform out there. So this is free software. If I own a Vizio TV right now, I would go into my web video application, which is part of the Vizio platform. And I'll just show you this happening in real time. If I find a piece of video that I want to watch on the TV, like, for example, this video of an animated cartoon, I could very easily add it to my TV's queue or playlist with a one-click feature, a one-click operation, which just sent the URL of this video to the TV. So, obviously I can watch this video on the web, but now that the TV has essentially bookmarked the same video, I could watch it here too. So my laptop is now off, and I'm going to stream this video to my TV. The beauty of this is that I don't have to necessarily be in the same network from now on. I could take this laptop to work. I could take it on the road with me. Maybe I meet you at an airport and you say, hey, Ashwin, you should really watch this video, and I can send that video back to my TV at home, and whenever I get there, I can start watching it.
So you could also send videos to your friends or something like that?
Oh, absolutely. I think the developers are going to do some amazing things with this. So a really great idea would be to integrate it with the Graph API and Facebook. So maybe I become the curator for all my friends' TVs.
You can send them all your videos that you like and they might not like.
Yeah, exactly. I think I would probably be the beneficiary as a recipient, not so much as the curator.
So there has been a couple of solutions where people have tried to bridge this, the Intel solution of having a little box there, and then Broadcom has been showing off some stuff that's DLNA based. What's the big difference? Well,
I think the beauty of doing this in an open source project is that we hope it'll become a standard, and that people will be able to use it in all kinds of different ways. This is a royalty-free aspect of what we do. I think it'll get implemented on a variety of different hardware devices and a lot of different content sources. This could be, because it uses a back-end operation, it doesn't have to all happen in the same network. I could be potentially flinging video to any device in the world.
So what do I need to do to have as a consumer to use this now, today?
Well, the beauty is if you buy a Vizio TV, which is pretty much in all the major retailers in the US, it's already there. If you go to flingo.org, you can do what I just did, send the video to the TV. And I think what we'll do on flingo.org is basically let people know where else Flingo is available. We've had about 20 or so video properties on the web license Flingo, the embed client, from us already. And so it actually just shows up whenever you have a Vizio TV in your network.
What are some of those? Which names can you name already?
Revision 3, for example, has licensed this from us. Blip TV's licensed it from us. Vimeo. Even some major media companies like Warner Brothers and others have actually licensed it from us. And so this will be a feature of those web video properties.
In terms of devices, what are the next TVs going to be that going to feature the same capabilities?
We've signed Vizio and Samsung that have this in their platforms, and we'll probably come back and talk to you about a few more in the not too distant future.
What kind of platforms would you like to be on?
TVs, Blu-ray players, cable boxes, IP set-top boxes. I think this particular aspect is such a huge killer aspect of the UI that I think people would really enjoy having it on no matter what the device is. If it's a TV display, where I don't want to use the remote control as my discovery point, I think it's a really great feature.
Now, in terms for developers, what do you see as, you said there might be an integration of a social graph. What are some other good use cases? Who could integrate this into the application or into the web platform? Who are you addressing here?
Well, so there's the web video properties, which is what we've been talking about. But I think there's a lot of software on the desktop, media library managers, media players. I use the PlayStation Media Center a lot for my own use. If Fling was implemented in that open source project as a one-click button, I'd be thrilled.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit in a couple of months and see who else is going to make use of it.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.